Just a quick note, from now on we're going in height order, so
ascending.
I just want to
Tonight we gather to roast the seniors on Rumpus. So Ross Goldberg, Ted Gordon, Alex Astrola, Victoria Lyle, Stafford Panier, Tom T, Jake Marcus, Kirsten Taylor, David, I don't even know his name, Elise Pfeiffer, Alex Reed, Whitney Fogg, Drew Marty Green, Elizabeth Coffin, Greg Core, Keith Resty, and all those other fuckers. This is
Yes, Elise Pfeiffer. And then
Kyle Matthews might be the nicest guy I know. He's so nice, it makes me uncomfortable to be in the room with him. He's just so fucking pleasant. His column single-handedly made me want to stop hating Rebecca Tabor for the smug little dimpled Jewish running back fucking goody two-shoes bitch that she is. But if I wanted to talk about stupid bitches, I'd be telling jokes about Arson, who's not here. Say what you will about Kai Thaler, but the man knows how to bake. Kai, your banana bread was so delicious, it almost makes up for you not printing hookup bingo. Next year's board, it's still in the desk, it is money. Kai's a cross-country skier, so while other people are doing tracks of snow, he's making tracks in it. Reese Faust, you have the coolest name on Rumpus by far.
Not me.
No. Shut up. Unfortunately, Reese, that's probably the coolest thing about you. No one believes me when I tell them I go to school with Louis Anderson's nephew.
Oh, he looks like
I was surprised.
Hold it down, hold it down.
I was surprised to hear that you were in Deke, almost how I was surprised to hear that Sarah O'Brien spent her entire semester in Russia away from drugs. But now that she's back, I can happily say that she smokes so much marijuana that she queefs THC. What's white with yellow and green all over? Ben Gordon.
He's got yellow hair.
I was referring to Hain and marijuana.
Oh.
Tony Montana was right. First comes the money, then comes the power, then comes Hain. Hain, you're an absolute genius to exchange sex for drugs. Personally, I wish I could do it. Thank you for bringing back the party. You're like a gold digger in a pre-currency society. They say that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Well, the way to Hain's heart is through her bloodstream. For those who don't know, Lacey used to date Giancarlo Brutamesso, who Ben used to date Lacey, and JCB is about as sane as Kyle is straight.
Oh, really, darlings?
Hey, you're just lucky that psychopathology isn't a sexually transmitted disease. But so are you, Hannah, and so are you, Kai.
Oh, I get it.
What is amazing to me is that at some point this line of bodily fluid exchange also became a pundit tap line. Which is to say that sophomore boys, if you want to be a pundit, hook up with Han. If you want to hook up with Han, and really, who doesn't, start selling drugs. While we're on the subject of JCB, I've been smoking out of his bong for the past 2 years, and it's an honor to pass it on to Sarah and Olivia, as the bong comes with my house. Unfortunately for you, Olivia, you must be this small to smoke the JC bong. Olivia, how does it feel to still have to use a booster seat? Oh. You look like you're 12 years old, but it's okay. When you're naked, you look like you're at least 13. It's moments like these that I feel like I'm the creepiest person on staff and really miss George London. But at least Matt Bob is here, and I pray that you can hook up with a freshman staffer by the end of the night. Shouldn't be that difficult. The one on the right. I don't know, but for some reason, I always forget about George London, and that's just inexcusable. How do you forget about a sword-fighting sellout with a passion for mixed martial arts? Ask me that question next year, and hopefully I'll let you know how I did it. When George told us he was working for Bridgestone, I was kind of surprised. I'm actually much less surprised to find out that he now has Ebola. Bridgewater. But more than
Blackwater.
though I was relieved. I'm just glad that he's not teaching biology in New York City public schools. Speaking of improbable overachievers, Brian, how you doing? Brian, tough choice. Stanford and Harvard? Did Stanford not have enough Asian students for you? Did I ever tell you that I once had, you and your Asian girlfriend and I once had an intense instant messenger relationship prior to college? And it didn't amount to anything other than halfway through freshman year, she asked me if she thought that I should, she asked me if I thought that she should hook up with Sam Heller. You're welcome for my response. House, you should look at Sam for inspiration, and you too, Bilo, and me as well. Sam managed to beat his yellow fever, although honestly, Ben, Anna's pretty great, so you might not want to. Any Asian girl who would take you back after you hooked up with her Asian roommate is an Asian keeper. Really, you can't get that much more submissive than that.
Bring it back.
I feel like I don't really know Sam Heller, and that is by no means a complaint. It's not that we haven't spent that much time together, it's that all the time I spent with him, I spent trying to think of ways to not be around him anymore. At the beginning of the year, there was a rumor floating around that Sam was going to join the Marines. Personally, I'm a little disappointed. I thought he would have done well in a POW camp, since his idea of a good time is wearing a hood and being forced to jack it. Molly, hello. Not only does Molly put up with my constant sexual harassment, she's also active in the ACLU, which means that she defends my right to make her uncomfortable. Molly, that's only fair because I defend your right to make me breakfast. By the way, I'll have eggs over easy, toast, and fresh squeezed milk. I'll do the squeezing, or you can do it and I'll watch. It's really the same to me. We all know Molly's best qualities, both of them, so I thought I'd focus on the bad ones. For example, did you know that Molly only has 2 breasts? They're huge and I love that. It just makes me a little insecure about the size of my hands. But you do have some other faults. You used to be friends with Elise Pfeiffer. I hope to God you're still not. There's no tit in the world that makes up for that twat.
Love it.
And also, your sweet mates aren't easy enough.
Unless you're Sam Heller.
True. But then no one's easy. Molly, I'm glad I'm graduating along with you because Rumpus would be a flat-chested bitch without you. And while it won't be easy to find someone to fill your shoes, it will be impossible to find someone to fill your cup. Personally, I'd be content just to fill your mouth, and I mean that with all due respect. But I'll miss walking you home, and even though we had no lawsuits this year and no allegations of racism, which means this year is more or less a failure, it's been great, and I love all of you.